This is Captain Kenny Kramer with Texas Fishing Tips, this weekly fishing report. This week been after redfish. They've been participating pretty well. Been having some high tides, so getting back up here in the flats behind these islands, 1, 2, 3, and 4, all down in here. Cut mullet, 3-odd Kell hook with a half-ounce weight is what I've been using, been working. You can hit sand pockets all out in these flats as well. There's been quite a few reds out in there. You can come back over here and hit these little chain islands right here, work your way down them. Been a lot of water, so even people in little deeper water boats can get up in some of these areas. But just get your trolling motor and troll around. You can get in a lot of areas that you haven't been able to because our tides have been high. Next couple of days, we have a norther going to be blowing. It's going to be blowing pretty good on Saturday. We have the Haney tournament going on. Be a lot of boats out here. Everybody be looking for redfish and hitting all these flats in here. You can also come back up in here and get behind trailer, work all back in here, all the way down. It's been good numbers of reds. This the time of year they're starting to school up and finally starting to participate a little better than they have been. Work your way all the way down in here. All this is full of sand pockets, and just hit a sand pocket and wait 10, 15, 20 minutes. You don't get nothing, bounce. But good number of reds all through in here. If you're looking for trout, you can get you some croaker and free line it all down this shoreline here. Anchoring about 3 to 4 foot of water. You get up a little tighter along this shoreline here. You'll get into some reds, with cut mullet and some black drum. I mean, with some either cut mullet or dead shrimp, live shrimp will work as well. Just work your way on down this whole shoreline here. All the way down here, you get past this little inlet here. There's some docks back up in here. You can work all the way towards Rockport there, work those docks. There is some nice trout back in there as well. There's a couple of wells out here you can hit, have some trout on it. You might have to weed through a few shorts, but there is some nice trout out in there. But you can also run back over here on mud, on this tip, try it for trout, and then get all back up in here on this outside edge here on this reef and fish for drum and reds all the way back up, all the way to Blind Pass, all back in there. Up here in Allen's Bight is another area you can get with this high water. You can get all the way back up here into the back and fish these little flats back up in here. Good reds, all slot reds back up in here, cut mullet. You can use shrimp too. You might pick up some black drum, but the perch are so bad still that they're eating it off pretty quick. But all back in here, those reds are going to be pushed up pretty skinny with the higher waters. But sure to find some fish. If you're over here this weekend going out of Con Brown and that wind's pushing pretty heavy, you can also come down here, have your little windbreak protection running down this channel. Get back up in here behind these islands. You'll have a little windbreak, fish all these sand pockets and islands up close all the way out here. If it ain't too bad, you can get out here in these open waters a little bit. There is a bunch of sand pockets up there. Fish that, but just bounce all the way through here, all the way down to this point on Dagger. Good fish all through here this time of year. One more area you can come in with this high wind. You can check out Brown and Root. All this whole area, the whole flat area. Find some sand pockets in there, just bounce them, throw that cut mullet in there and let it set. You can also come over here by the wide channel, work these edges all the way down, these little islands all on the edge. Back up here and all this up in here. Now this gets pretty skinny up in here, but take your trolling motor, troll up in there as far as you can, depending on what kind of boat you have. You have a skinny water boat, you can run all the way back up in here. But good fish. Depends on where you're coming out of, but if you're coming out of this side, it might get a little dicey with that high wind, but once you get back in here, you will be very well protected. You can kind of come down and bounce all along this shoreline here, all the way down to right in here. Good reds all back up there. These little flats, it's about 1.5 to 2 foot of water
on those edges. Same thing there again, just work sand pockets, throw up along that shoreline. If you are on a day that it is nice and you can get out here, these wells have been holding trout. We've been running out here 3-aught kill hook with croaker, live shrimp. There's been a little bit of everything out here: sand trout, speckled trout, redfish, black drum, triple tail. But just hit a well, just bounce it. You don't get nothing, go to the other side, just work it 30-45 minutes. You don't get nothing, just keep on bouncing. Just find you, there's a ton of wells out there. Just bounce from one to the other, and you find one that's producing. You might mark it, might come back another day and try it. But there is lots of wells out here, lots of areas to fish, and there are fish on them.